President Trump now has two of his most loyal MAGA champions heading the FBI. Kash Patel as director, and now 50-year-old Dan Bongino, a former Secret Service agent turned right-wing podcaster, as deputy director.
I got a call from the president, and it couldn't have been nicer. Folks, it's a lot to walk away from.
And a lot to walk into, according to former FBI officials who spoke to CNN, who believe the hiring of Bongino will be controversial.
And putting somebody in who's never been an FBI agent is potentially troublesome. I have no problems with Dan Bongino's intelligence or his the fact that he had served with the Secret Service as a bonus, but this is going.
I saw a video of that guy saying how the only thing that matters is power. Yeah, well, he's correct. I've said that too. Just, you know, from the other side of the table. Yeah, he's a freak. He's a goddamn lunatic. He was I remember he was really loud and aggressive. He was so aggressive in defending January 6th that Twitter shut his account down too. But he's mostly like a grifter. Like, for the most part, he's just like sold himself as a a pundit, like being more pro-Trump than other pundits on the right. God, use Wikipedia right now. Permanently banned from YouTube for using his main account in an attempt to circumvent a temporary suspension imposed on his secondary account after he posted a video questioning the efficacy of masks against COVID-19 during the pandemic. Then he moved to Rumble. This is our deputy FBI director. Should we be happy that they didn't go with somebody competent for the deputy FBI director? Because Kash Patel is also a freak grifter. So with both of them being freak grifters, they're probably going to be too busy, like, selling children's books or whatever. Then, like, you know, they're not going to be competent enough to pull it off. Maybe. Why can't Dems appoint podcasters? You want them to appoint the Pod Save America people?
Going way out of the line of what the FBI's done in the past.
That's partly because Bongino has spent considerable time on the air slamming the FBI for its investigations of Donald Trump.
Folks, the FBI is lost. It's broken, irredeemably corrupt at this point.
Bongino, who served as a New York City police officer in the 1990s, later joined the Secret Service and served on President Barack Obama's protective detail. I interviewed Bongino when he left the Secret Service in 2011 to run for the Senate as a Republican from Maryland, asking him about his newly revealed political loyalty on the opposite side from the president he'd guarded with his life.
I want to say personally that I have enormous respect for him, but I just disagree with the ideology. It's a simple ideological play, that's it. The country's going on the wrong path.
Since that failed bid for the Senate, Bongino's media profile has skyrocketed, becoming a star and a regular on Fox News, hosting his own hugely popular radio shows and podcasts. While he did scold the January 6th rioters, he's also supported President Trump's false claims that the 2020 election was stolen.
We had an election with unbelievably suspect behavior.
That's what you guys sound like when you're trying to convince me that the votes were stolen or something. I see you. You damn blue MAGA types.
The while earning admiration from President Trump.
Bongino, how about Dan Bongino?
Bongino's been promoting far-right views on his podcast, promising retribution, saying that Trump is going to get revenge against his enemies, and saying that Trump should just ignore court decisions that he doesn't like.
Now, as the hands-on official handling the Bureau's daily operations, Bongino has a unique challenge.
The one thing you do not want to do, day one, is lose the loyalty of the FBI. When they see their own management appearing to go off the rail, you lost them.
As for how the FBI's rank and file feels about Dan Bongino, according to a mass email obtained by CNN that was sent to its members just before Donald Trump posted that Bongino had been selected as deputy director, the FBI Agents Association, representing thousands of agents, said it had been told by Kash Patel that the new deputy director would come from within the ranks of the FBI. Contacted by CNN today.
Yeah. It's incredibly funny. I wonder I wonder what made Kash Patel lie about that on such a short timeline. That Kash Patel would be like, yeah, the deputy director, of course, will be like an inside guy, and then he wasn't. You know? Why does anyone still believe Republican? Don't stop with the snooty little rhetorical questions, okay? We get it, you're smart, and on the right side of the political spectrum. I should have had some coffee before stream. It's not about trusting Kash Patel in general. It's like, why lie about something that you're immediately going to go back on to your own FBI agents? Like, why even make that claim then? you know? Kind of late for coffee. Maybe for you, not for a guy like me. He said, my life is devoted to owning the libs. Yeah, I remember that one. What if he wasn't lying? What if this came from Trump/Elon? There is a possibility that they were even more worried than they were initially about disloyalty from within the FBI. Because if you think about it, again, like, there is irreplaceable knowledge within the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the intelligence agencies, right? Like, it's not just a matter of, like, getting loyalists. These institutions only function because of, like, the quiet competence of people in certain positions. I'm not saying that's not the case everywhere, but it's probably especially the case with, like, the FBI. So they come in, they immediately demand everyone to prove that they're not disloyal to Trump with loyalty tests. They fire a bunch of the higher ups. They threatened to fire a bunch of people who were associated with the January 6 investigations, which represents a huge number of people in the FBI. And Kash Patel is a lunatic who comes from outside the department. And then Kash Patel, you know, probably expecting a lot of negative sentiment from within the bureau. They're like, well, we need to make sure if we have a deputy director who's appointed from within, what if he's disloyal? You know, what if we elevate an FBI agent who's respected by the other FBI agents, but that respect allows them to turn the agency against us? You know, it's pretty funny. What a loser you have to be to devote your life to owning the libs. Dude, that's literally all of them. That's all they have. Steven Crowder had a kid and he was like posting on Twitter about how trans women can't do this. Tim Pool just had a kid and he was like, but I call my kid they, them, and the doctor doesn't understand that they haven't been able to choose their own gender yet. Like, that's literally their whole life. They have nothing else. They have no affirmative positions. They don't want to make the world a better place. It's just directing antagonism. Tim Pool a kid? I think so. I mean, maybe it was a shit post. I don't really know or care. The deputy FBI director has day-to-day oversight of all FBI operations and is responsible for coordinating investigations and intel in the Bureau's 55 field offices. There is no way Dan Bongino can handle this job. There is no goddamn way. What a clown name. It is a clown name. That is true. I agree with that. At least Hegseth has alcohol. You guys see that Hegseth fired all of the military lawyers in the Pentagon so that nobody can slow them down when, you know, they do whatever. Hegseth says he fired the top military lawyers because they weren't well suited for their job. Yeah. Speaking at the start of a meeting with Saudi Arabia's defense minister. Incredible stuff. That's right. Fired the previous chairman for being black. All that by firing the chief of naval operations, vice chief of the Air Force. He was DEI colored, that's true. Hegseth made it clear before he took the secretary's job he thought Brown should be fired, and he questioned whether Brown got the job because he was black. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Oh yeah, here we go. That the reason the military lawyers were fired was because they could be roadblocks to Trump. Or for people who can't put 2 and 2 together. Trump's intending on deploying the military in illegal fashions, and they don't want anyone stopping them. It's a good time, man. It's a good time. If you're not into this, I think you're a little bitch, to be honest.